The next question that I have here is, would you ever consider leaving the Netherlands? That's a very good question. It's a very deep question. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Okay, thank you guys for all your love and support. Man, it means so much to me. I'm super grateful. Okay, look who has spent 3 whole years in the Netherlands. Look. Hey. Okay guys, so I moved to the Netherlands in July 2019 and this is August 2022, and that's 3 whole years since I moved to the Netherlands. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you guys my experience for these 3 years. Okay, what are my pros and cons about living here in this beautiful small country, and how has my experience been in general. Okay, I'll also be sharing with you guys, some of the regrets that I have living here in the Netherlands and what the future holds for me, like what my plans are. Do I intend to remain here? And yeah, just all the gist. Okay, it's just going to be vibes on vibes, period. Okay guys, so without further ado, let's get into this video. I decided to do this video in like a Q&A session, so I asked myself a few questions and then I respond to the questions. I just feel like it will help to organize some of the things that I want to share. So yeah, the first question that I have for myself is, how long have you been in the Netherlands and why did you decide to come here? I moved to the Netherlands in July 2019 and I moved here to start a PhD program with Delft University of Technology in the Netherlands. And yeah, it's supposed to be a 4 years program and I'm hoping to be rounding up by next year. I'm not sure, okay, because Now the second question I have for myself is, what is your favorite thing about the Netherlands? Okay, listen guys, I do have like so many things about the Netherlands that I love, and I have gazillion number of videos talking about that. But I feel now that I've stayed here for a while, I think my favorite thing about the Netherlands is the bicycle parks that we have everywhere. Guys, you don't understand the convenience that having bicycle parks everywhere though. Like, you don't understand the level of convenience it provides. I was in Switzerland with my family for a few weeks and I was really happy with, Switzerland is a very beautiful country. But after staying there for like a few days, I already wanted to go back to the Netherlands. I was like exhausted. And one of the reasons was just the fact that we didn't have like bicycle paths everywhere, like that flexibility of not joining the public transport and not having to drive. So I think that's one of my favorite things about the Netherlands, in addition to so many things. Okay, so what is your least favorite thing about the Netherlands? Anyway, I think my least favorite thing about the Netherlands would be the topography. Yeah, even though at the beginning when I came, I didn't mind that everywhere were like flat. We don't have like, there are no mountains here in the Netherlands, you don't have like, really beautiful seas where you have like crystal blue seas and nice mountains. Like, the topography is not just my favorite, okay? I've traveled around a little bit to Italy, to Switzerland, and I've seen like really beautiful nature. If I was to change anything about the Netherlands, it would be the topography. Yeah. Okay, so the next question that I have here is, have you experienced racism in the Netherlands and how did you handle it? Okay guys, so personally, I have not experienced like blatant racism here in the Netherlands. I do have a video anyway that I titled My First Racism Experience in the Netherlands, and I'm going to share this video in the cards. Somebody, screamed from his car I should go back to my country, and I felt so sad and so disappointed, and that was during the time that I just moved. It was within, I think, the first 3 or 4 months of my stay here in the Netherlands, so I was really sad. But looking at it in retrospect, I don't think it was like a racism thing. Maybe it was, maybe it had like racism in it, I don't know. But yeah, someone has told me to go back to my country before here in the Netherlands, and my reaction was, I don't know why I reacted that way, but I was just quiet and I just hopped on my bicycle and I just drove off. I was very disappointed. I was super sad for sure. Like, I started thinking about my life, like, what am I doing here? Do I really want to stay in this country? Like, I don't like being where I'm not accepted or and all that. But to be honest, like now after 3 years, if looking at my life and my experience here in the Netherlands, to be honest, what I've benefited, all the things that I've enjoyed here in the Netherlands is incomparable to that one tiny small-brained human being who told me to go back to my country. So in general, to be honest, I have not experienced racism. I have not experienced racism at my work. I have not experienced racism any other place. At least blatant racism, I haven't experienced that at all. But someone has told me to go back to my country before. Anyway, the next question that I have here is, would you consider Dutch citizenship after 5 years of stay in the Netherlands? Hey, that's a very good question, actually. For those of you that do not know, if you come to the Netherlands as an expat, which is pretty much what I came as, even though I am a PhD candidate, because PhDs are considered employees in the Netherlands, so I was employed as an expat. So after 5 years of your stay, you have an opportunity to either become a permanent resident in the Netherlands or to apply for Dutch citizenship. So would I consider Dutch citizenship? Yes, I would, for sure. And I have so many reasons. Maybe I'll do a different video why, like talking about Dutch citizenship and why it's an option for me, why I would ever consider that, like benefits and some also some disadvantages as well. But yes, I would consider Dutch citizenship after 5 years of staying. One of the downsides anyway of Dutch citizenship is that you have to renounce your old citizenship, right? Especially if your country allows you to renounce, you have to renounce. I was born Nigerian. I was born in Nigeria. So at the moment I hold a Nigerian citizenship. So if I was to consider Dutch citizenship, I would be required to denounce my Nigerian citizenship. And that's the only thing that irks me about taking up the Dutch citizenship, is that I cannot have dual citizenship. There are exceptions anyway, which I'm excited as well to see. I'm not going to go into details. See, maybe I should just do a different video, like breaking down Dutch citizenship and how to apply. Let me know in the comment section if you'll be interested in a video like that, okay? So the next question that I have here is, do you think Dutchies are friendly and nice as they claim to be? I don't think, do Dutchies claim to be nice? I don't know. I don't know if they claim to be nice though. I'm very sure that they tell you from day one that they are very direct, but I'm not sure if they claim to be nice. Anyway, yeah, I've had like really, really good experience with the Dutchies in the Netherlands. And bear in mind that I don't even speak Dutch yet. Like I speak a little bit of Dutch, but not very fluently. So I wouldn't say that, the experience that I've had is because I speak Dutch or is because of anything. No. And I have had really good experience here in the Netherlands. Like the Dutchies have been nice to me, have been really friendly to me. And yeah, I just feel like the culture is friendly, but it's also very open and direct. So as long as you don't take offense by their directness, you would always see like the friendliness behind it. That has been my experience. People are different, maybe I attract only friendly people, who knows. I'm too cute, so I attract only friendly people. Maybe once the unfriendly ones see me, they just move to another corner. Maybe that's what's happening. But I've had really good experience here in the Netherlands with the Dutchies. Okay, so the next question that I have here is, how are you coping without your extended family? Yeah, for those of you who do not know, I am staying here in the Netherlands with my husband and my son, but I don't have any, not even one extended family member living in the Netherlands. So I had my baby here without, any extended family member. And yeah, it is challenging not to have someone around, but I think now I'm a bit used to it, and my extended family members are also not too far away. I have my family, a lot of my family members are in the UK, so it's easy for them to come and visit, and I can also go to visit. I think for now I don't have any problem. I think I'm used to it, but maybe I'll change my mind later. Who knows? Who knows? The next question that I have here is, would you ever consider leaving the Netherlands? That's a very good question. It's a very deep question. For some weird reason, actually, I've been asking myself that question lately. And the answer is yes or no, depending on the situation. At the moment, the only thing that would ever make me consider leaving the Netherlands would be maybe to join my extended family members. Maybe if I get too homesick, if I really need that support, or if any of my family members really need me around and need that support, then maybe I would consider. That's the only thing that comes to my mind that would be the reason why I would want to leave the Netherlands. It's only family that comes to my mind. But every other thing, it's going to be hard. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm at the point in my life where I'm not really exploring, and I'm not open to exploring. I don't know if that makes sense. I will soon be 30. And yeah, I don't think 30 is a bad age, but listen, I just feel like I'm getting older, so I need to start settling, okay? I need to start, putting my life together. So whenever I think about moving, making a very big move, I don't know why I'm just not open to it at the moment. Okay, the next question that I have here is, when do you plan to visit Nigeria again? Hey. Guys, so since my stay here, since 3 years that I've been in the Netherlands, I have not visited Nigeria at all. And I have my reasons. I mean, when I moved, I think I moved in 2019. I was pregnant as at early 2020. So I was already pregnant, and I was not going to be traveling with big belly or pregnancy. But also, with the whole COVID situation, traveling was a no. And throughout COVID last year, once you have a child, the dynamics of traveling just changes. You can't just up and leave. You have to consider the child. And secondly too, I don't have so much family members anymore in Nigeria, so I don't feel that excitement about going back to Nigeria, just because I don't really have the family to go back to. I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah, that's it really. So when am I going back to Nigeria? I really do not know. I would definitely want Jason to visit Nigeria at some point, so he can kind of see where he's coming from, see where we are from, our origin and everything. But it's not in the immediate, it's not something in the radar right now, so I really don't know. But let's see, I might change my mind. Who knows? Maybe the next vlog will be visiting Nigeria for the first time in 3 years. Hey! The next question that I have is, what are your fears about raising kids in the Netherlands? This is such a deep and important question, guys, and I don't know if I'm ready to answer. Hey. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to try to be. One of my fears, something that irks me about raising my kids in the Netherlands is the fact that my child will grow up in an environment that is not religious. And it might sound weird. Well, I grew up in Nigeria. I grew up in the Christian part of Nigeria. And even if I never grew up in the Christian part, I feel like I would have grown up in a part where religion was important or a thing. So in Nigeria, we're either Christians or Muslims. But we shall believe in God, okay? So, and as a person, as a girl, I know how much, growing up in a religious environment kind of helped to shape me, shape my values, and shape, my life up until this point. So even though, yes, my family wasn't very religious, so we didn't have to go to church every Sunday, but I still feel like I could see clear night and day the influence that being in that religious environment, being in an environment where you'll be comfortable to talk about God and your relationship with God, I can see how it molded me to who I am today. So one of my, I don't want to say fears, about raising kids in the Netherlands is that the Netherlands is not a religious country. People don't talk about their religion. It's not something that they're very open to discuss in public. So because of that, I'm like, okay, so what of those things that I benefited from, being raised in a religious environment? I feel like my child or my kids might not be privileged enough to have those things, to help them shape their values and shape, their lives and everything. But what I've done about it is that, listen, even if the environment, is not religious, I have decided personally to groom myself, to grow my family in a Christian way, with Christian values, and I'm believing God and hoping that those values, he can, my kids can learn, and, they can be able to, shape their lives, make their decisions with those values in them, embedded in them. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think that's one of the greatest fears that I have raising kids here in the Netherlands. Yeah, that's me being honest, okay? Okay, guys, so the next question that I have here is, what advice would you give to anyone considering to come to the Netherlands? Okay. I think the first advice that I would give to anyone considering to live in any country would be to do your research, okay? See, this is 2022. You will be shocked the amount of information you can get online. Like, do your research, Why are you coming to the Netherlands? What is your future plan? Do you intend to stay here for a long time? Or do you want to just study and leave? What are the opportunities that you may have when you move here? Like, just do your research. Check online, like you will have so much information. How much would it cost you to move here? How is the Netherlands in terms of, like, if you're moving here with your family, how is it going to be for you? So like, just do as much research as possible, check the internet, watch YouTube videos about people's experiences. So that's the first advice I will give people. So the next question, I think this is the last question that I have here. It's, what is your most challenging moments in the Netherlands? One of the most challenging moments that I faced in the Netherlands was when I had a child and I still had to do my PhD. And that was also when I started content creating. So it was just a lot happening, a lot on my plate at that time. How I was able to face it was, luckily I still had like some holidays from the previous year that I had not taken. So what I did was I spread out the holiday weekly. So I took one day off every week throughout the rest of the year. Like that was happening in 2021 anyway. So okay guys, so yeah, I think this video is already too super long. This is the end of this video, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I had super fun creating this video because it just took me back and I had to think about my life and everything. So I'm very happy to share these with you. Do let me know in the comment section if you do have more questions about my stay here in the Netherlands. Please make sure you've done your research at least before reaching out to me so that it's easier for me to provide guidance for you. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please guys, consider subscribing. It will mean so much to me. Thank you guys once again, and see you in my next one. Bye.